to set my heart on ice cold. We down right now, but did it before. Whoa. See from here we going up. Made the call, I shown up. Now the game is sewn up. Say my name is blown up. We up, 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 we up. See from here we going up. Made the call, I shown up. Now the game is sewn up. Say my name is blown up. We up, 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 we up. This the flow on Hooter, I bet you know that. Listen, once you step in here, no, you can't go back. Try me, no one told you now, see, that's a no-go. Oh, she fine like when I'm dancing on a logo. But no, it ain't not for free. My minimum fee go crazy.
Let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota Timberwolves. At small forward, Jaden McDaniels. At center, Rudy Gobert. At shooting guard, Anthony Edwards. At the other guard position, Lester, number 8. At the other forward position, Adam, number 22. The head coach of the visiting team is Chris Finch. And now, the starting lineup for your New Orleans Pelicans. The big man, standing 6'11", number 21. At small forward, 6 feet 4 inches, number 5, DeJounte Murray. At shooting guard, at 6'6", number 11, Anthony Taylor. The other guard position at 6'3", number 0, Anthony. At forward, at 6'9", number 55, Michael, number 55.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. And a quick look at how New Orleans' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Friday, they'll be facing Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then there's Rudy Gobert. And it's the general in at the point. And for the Pelicans, we've got Murray. it's Magician in at the power forward position. Well, Grant, I hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Here's Taylor. 5 to shoot. The shot's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Gobert. Outside Edwards. To the inside. The general. Good.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
Here's Taylor, guarded by Edwards. Taylor passes to the Magician. Murray scanning the floor. To the middle. They swipe it. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. It's McDaniels on the wing. Defended by Murray. Pass to Slim. And the call is going to be, yes, on an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Here's Taylor. His last outing, he had 20. Here's Clutch. The general pulls it in. Pass to McDaniels from behind the arc. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
The 3 is up. And Clutch gets it to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And Stan, after they traded for Rudy Gobert, it took some time for the Wolves to gel.
It did, Brian. He's a unique player, and it's a process. But obviously a 14-win improvement last season. They have found their identity as a defensive juggernaut.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Slim. Takes the 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
A developing part of McDaniels' game that could elevate him to the next level.
And there's a pick. Here's Taylor. Here's Magician. Powered down after the assist. Led him to the lane.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly last down.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
New Orleans on D. 4-point game. Pass to the general. Clock at 6. Fires at the elbow. Here's Magician. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Here's Clutch. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Clutch has got 7 points in the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Gobert. No points yet. With the teardrop. And McDaniels with the layup.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Murray against McDaniels. And Gobert with a block. Here's the general. 17 points in his last outing. Outside Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Edwards, a pass to Gobert. Misses the baby hook.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Pass to Messi. Here's Clutch. Here's Taylor. And on offense, he's been a force, scoring over 30 a game. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, you keep your stars in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Zion Williamson is checked in for DeJounte Murray. Julius Randle's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Drains the triple. The General's got his second basket on the night.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
The crossover. Kicks it out to Williamson. Here's Magician, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
That's just another level to Zion's game that can make him even more elite.
And Minnesota with possession here, trailing by 5. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
Here's Clutch. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Pass to Taylor. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Timberwolves trail by 3. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Willie Green for a minute. He knows it'll be tough to score in the paint tonight. Gobert locks down the lane as well as anyone. He blocks shots, and then when you count up the numbers of shots he alters, you get a full picture of his dominance at the defensive end. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
The shot by Magician, no good.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Alexander Walker, the pass to the General. And there's the screen. Stripped it away. Clutch passes to the Magician. Now Williamson. Got a piece of it. Here's the General. He's got 5. Pass to Randle. Here's the General. Shot clock at 6. Tries it from 16. The Pelicans pull it in. Here's Magician. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul of the game. The Pelicans making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for your Pelicans, number 25.
And here's New Orleans now. 3-point lead. To the paint. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for him.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Let's look at the best shooting teams in the association. Number 1, New Orleans.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Here's the general. He's got 5. Got a hand on it.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Here's Slim. The rebound by Clutch.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
Oh, my goodness. We can feel those Zion dunks over here.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Slim.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the opening quarter. Got a piece of it. Here's Taylor. The second effort. And there's a nice layup by Williamson. Williamson's got his second basket.
Yeah, Zion using that big frame and staying active on the offensive glass.
Randall outside. Pass to Slim. Gobert with a screen on Williamson. Here's Slim. The wide open shot is on the money. Slim's got 5 now. And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter of the game. Well, last season, New Orleans finished with their best record since 2009. Stan, they went 49-33.
Well, you have to credit their roster construction. They've got 3 guys who can average 20-plus points, along with a lot of very solid young defenders. And these guys are only getting better.
Oh, my God. He didn't get that?
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Randall, the pass to the general. Outside, Alexander Walker. Just 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Sends it home from three-point land. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Pass to Misi. There's 14 seconds left now in the first quarter. With the drive. And Gobert with a block. Here's Slim. Jams it in off a great move.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from New Orleans, what do you guys think?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Here's Randall. C.J. McCollum is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then there's Zion Williamson. And it's Magician in at the center position. So that's the move out there for New Orleans. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1.
Certain guys can remake their games to fit the times. Randall's worked on his right hand and his jump shooting. He's a much more versatile threat now at the offensive end.
And so he hits both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
There's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Now here's Moody. From the arc. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Anthony Edwards. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
The first one falls. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
So he gets them both. And Minnesota with possession here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Here's Magician. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Naz Reid. New Orleans shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
The line for your Pelicans, number 55. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes a first. Murray's checked in for the Pelicans. The Timberwolves also with a sub. McDaniels checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And here's Randle. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 1. Up top, Alexander Walker. McCollum defends. Here's Randle. Misses from close range. The Pelicans shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Magician. Checked by Randle.
Wow.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Now here's Alexander Walker. No points so far. Here's Shannon. Minnesota again missing. The Pelicans lead by 3. Pass to Williamson. McCollum outside. Murray up top. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, that's a great setup there. Murray keeping his eyes up and his options open.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's Alexander Walker. To end the run. And the layup is good.
He's not the quickest guy out there, but he can outsmart you and outwork you.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Williamson. Oh, the power of Zion.
Yeah, that's Zion's bread and butter. Absorbing and dishing out contact inside.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. New Orleans making a change here. Taylor's checked in.
And those were your Pelicans breakers.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Randle. Fires for 3. He drops it from range. Randle's got 10 points.
No hesitation from the big man, Randle. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Here's Taylor. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a a chance for a three-point play. All right, Stan, if you had it your way, who would you want to see in the dunk contest?
Well, Brian, look, I want to go back to the glory days when the most recognizable guys in the game were the ones that participated. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. I think if we could get guys like Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, that would be fantastic. But it's got to be the names out there that people know.
I love it. In attack mode. Drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
There's a screen. And he lays it up.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Magician. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line.
2 shots.
Shoot two.
First one falls for him.
2 weeks after I got so you know how mom and them, they was like, graduation and shit, because if anybody wants to see on some shit, they'll pull back up to graduation and shit. That's why none of the family shit never come on shit.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Slim.
I'm telling everybody, I'm like, hey, girl, give me the left wing. I tell all my classmates, they look at me like, damn.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the official signaled a jump ball here.
Everybody on damn.
6 to shoot. Puts up a deep three. Taylor with a rebound.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards. Yeah, nice swat by Randall, using his size and good anticipation to get in the shooter's way.
Outside McDaniels. Randall deciding where to go with it. The Pelicans pull it in. Magician's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Williamson with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. And the basket by Williamson.
You know, coach gets mad when Williamson gets hit and there's no whistle, and it happens a lot.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Alexander Walker, the pass to Slim. And he drops it in from the low post. Slim's got 9 points.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Picked by Murray. Here's Taylor. And the three-pointer goes. And the Pelicans lead by 9.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
Fires it. And the shot is good off the backboard. He's got 11.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Pass to Williamson. Here's Taylor. And another basket for New Orleans.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. He had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
Here's Slim. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. The rebound by Magician. Magician's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8.
Yeah. Huh?
In rebounding. He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Alexander Walker. The layup off target. The Pelicans have gotten 8 of their first 10 to go. Great shooting here in the second quarter. Well, a rangy defender and a knockdown spot-up shooter, Coach. A lot to like about Trey Murphy.
There sure is, Brian. He had the knee issue last season, which was a bump in the road. But for a mid-first-round pick back in 2021, his development overall has been beyond encouraging.
High flyer and a great shooter. What a combo. Randall can't hit.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting room.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Both good from the line that time. Timberwolves trail by 13. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Soft touch off the glass. Randall's got 12.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Here's Clutch. He's coming off a 40-point game against Washington.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Here's Clutch. He's got 7. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. There's a minute 59 left to play in the first half. Slim, pass to Gobert. Using the size. Gobert.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Here's Murray. The rebound by the Timberwolves. To the inside. Tipped. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. All right, let's have a look at the leaderboard to see which team scored the most points off turnovers this past month. Second, New Orleans.
And lately, they've not only been forcing turnovers, but capitalizing on them on the other end. Hustling hard to convert every time.
Slim misses. New Orleans leading by 9. And we've got 1:18 left in the half. The shot by Magician, no good. Here's Clutch. A guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Wondering how the West is shaping up? Well, the midseason grind is in full force. Let's check out the standings. Taking a look at Minnesota, here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference. And of course, New Orleans, half a game behind.
Checking out the Pelicans. They've looked rock solid this season. They just need to stay on target and prepare for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectation, but I think this team can take it to another level if they get rolling.
Offensive board. Misi off with the layup. Timberwolves trail by 9. It's McDaniels on the wing, defended by Murray. Now Gobert. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the general. Minnesota again missing. The Pelicans lead by 9.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Here's Gobert. Oh, easy two for Gobert.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
And so it's New Orleans ending the quarter up 10. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. All right, they're thinking about this shot. So close. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings. Fellas, I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you did play?
Oh, my goodness. I make a lot more money, Ernie, than I did in my playing days, especially if you consider that all guys do is dunk and shoot threes, and as many threes as I did, oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'd be out there getting every rebound and slamming Kenny's bricks for the putback slams, because none of these bigs today want any piece of prime diesel.
So let me get this straight. You would both be amazing. What a shock. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
When you have fewer possessions than your opponent, your chances decrease. They have to find a way to rebound in the second half.
SOF, capital T, soft. I get mad watching them play.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Edwards with it. Still without a bucket. Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then there's Rudy Gobert, and it's the general in at the 1.
So strong. Gobert just goes through the bump. You have to hammer him now.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Pass to Magician. Back to Murray. Here's Misi. McDaniels with the rebound. Here's Slim. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
At the line for the Timberwolves.
First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And so Murray will bring it up for the Pelicans. Here's the pick. Driving inside. It's blocked by Gobert.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And the basket by Taylor.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Slim. 13 points in the game. Now Now here's McDaniels. Defense is right there. Here's Edwards. Deflected.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
Clutch passes to Murray. Three-pointer. The shot that time not on target.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
Here's Slim. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Minnesota shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. McDaniels against Murray. Pass to Magician. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And Minnesota with possession here. The Pelicans getting their last shot to go. 4 on the clock. Inside, here's Gobert. Gobert, too strong.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Pelicans lead by 5. Here's Clutch. He has 7. Pass to Taylor. Here's Clutch. McDaniels with the rebound. Here's the general, defended by Murray. And here's Edwards. Down low. Here's Gobert. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, you know, Gobert is only going to shoot it when he gets a high percentage look like that.
Driving in. Clutch. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Anthony Edwards.
First team foul. At the line for New Orleans. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. The general passes to Gobert. Here's Slim. Outside McDaniels. There's the screen. Pass to the general. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, it's like Gobert's got magnets in his hands. He's led the league in rebounding before in his career.
Here's Clutch. He's got 9. Tries it from 19. Taylor's shot is off.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Here's Shannon. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The general. Tipped. Here's Clutch. And he dunks it down.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Which shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Here's Shannon. The Pelicans getting their last shot to go. They set the screen. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Now here's Murray. Pass to Taylor from deep. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since. And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basket.
Williamson's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Randall, he's checked in for Minnesota. Here's Clutch. He's got 11. Here's Taylor. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. All right, let's look back over the last 10 games now. See which teams were topping the charts in three-point shooting. In the 3rd spot, the Timberwolves.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing. Moving the ball to get quality looks.
Out of bounds, it'll be Pelicans ball. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Julius Randle.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Here's Taylor. He's got 19. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Taylor's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Outside, Alexander Walker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul of the game.
4th team foul. Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
Takes a 3. Once again, off the mark by Minnesota.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Well, Coach, Zion is always must-see TV when he plays. It's his availability that is questioned.
Yeah, it is, Brian, but he's been healthier. And when he plays, there's nobody like him in the NBA with that size, skill, and force.
No good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to the general. Here's Shannon. Now here's Randall. Shot clock at 5. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Taylor. Lays it up and banks it in. Taylor's got 23.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Slim. 16 points for him. To the middle. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, that's why you feed Gobert near the rim. He makes the most of those easy opportunities.
Williamson against Randall. Wow! Zion making his presence felt inside.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Poke loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. Here's Taylor. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
So both teams changing it up here. Minnesota with the ball. It's a 13-point game. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
McCollum, he's checked in for the Pelicans. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Clark is checked in for Ingles. There's the general. 5 points in the game. Here's Shannon. And he banks in the layup.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Here's Magician. 19 points in the game.
2 minutes.
Rebounded by the Timberwolves. The Generals got 6 rebounds in the game. Randall outside. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Randall's got 14 points.
And yeah, Randall is absolutely a threat from in between. Something the D has to recognize and adjust accordingly.
And Clutch gets it to go. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Clark. That one drops for him. Clark's gotten his first bucket of the night.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
Here's Clutch. And he makes it on the layup. He's got 15. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's the general. 5 points in the game. Outside Reed. 4-3. It doesn't go for him.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Clutch. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Shannon. Randall outside. The three. Pelicans cleared away. Clutch has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Magician. Oh, he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's the general. McCollum defends. Looking to get it going. And the general gets it to go.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
For 3, McCollum. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's New Orleans. They lead by 13. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, that's great decision-making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Taylor. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Taylor's got 28 points for the game.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And for the Timberwolves, they've got Dillingham. He's out there with Jaden McDaniels. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's Slim in at power forward. Here's Slim. Shot clock at 6. Floats one up, and it's in there.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
And for New Orleans, knocked away. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Basket counts. Slim's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Pass to Taylor. Over Dillingham. And another one falls for New Orleans.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Arguably the most exciting move on draft night was the Wolves trading up to acquire Rob Dillingham with the number 8 pick. Dillingham is known as the top shot creator in this rookie class, but defense has been something to keep an eye on. So where better to go than an elite defensive team that needed just another player to take them over the top offensively. The Wolves look at Rob Dillingham as a potential point guard of the future to replace Mike Conley Jr., guys.
A big test. Shams, thank you. Here's Taylor. Williamson outside. 4 on the clock. Olenek for 3. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist. Olenek's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, you can't overlook this part of Olenek's game. He will drop 3-pointers on you week in.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
All right, next one, I got something
greater
to
physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line.
Mark my words.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for New Orleans.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
Good on the second one. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Taylor. Reed brings the double. Taylor passes to Murray. Here's Taylor. And Jade McDaniels picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Taylor going inside, and he gets it to go. Taylor's got 15 points in just the second half.
Yeah, for a big, Olenek does a good job moving the ball. He can be counted on to make good passes.
Here's Randall, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Murphy.
Third team foul.
Free throw drops for Randall. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Taking 2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Williamson. Here's Taylor. And the baseline jumper, no good. And here's Alexander Walker. That's it. Coming off an assist from Randall.
I'd like to see them run more plays for him. Maybe something in motion to make it harder for the defense to deny the ball.
Here's Taylor. Kicks it out to Williamson. Here's Taylor. And he lobs it up. And Williamson throws it down.
Well, it's hard to imagine a more solid screen than a Zion screen.
Timberwolves trail by 13. There's a screen. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Rebound by Olenek. New Orleans has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Here's Murray. Clock at 6. Here's Taylor. There's the drive. Rips it home off a terrific move.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. Down by 15. Reed in the post. He's against Murray. Knocks it loose. Reed, a screen on Williamson. McDaniels from long range. Knocks down the long J.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the 3, that really helps their space.
That's a smoke shot here.
Here's Taylor. And there's the drive. Here's Olenek. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, BA, and I liked it. The Stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
Here's the general. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Moody's checked in for Olenek.
Team foul.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. He told his guys, let's not waste this advantage. Hold on to it. Stay aggressive. Let's not give up ground. Coach wants to see his team staying strong out there, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Clutch. Nice move. And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
And the first one at the line is good. DeJounte Murray's checked in for New Orleans. Taylor comes in for C.J. McCollum. Hits both from the stripe. Timberwolves trail by 13. Outside Edwards. To the wing on the left. Here's Clutch. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Minnesota call.
The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. Outside McDaniels. Puts it up from the high post. Edwards, no good.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game is going.
Taylor passes to the Magician. The General pulls it in. The General's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Slim. Here's the General. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Misi's got 8 rebounds in the game.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense. Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error.
He's bad as hell.
Here's the General. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Slim. Now here's Gobert. Outside Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with a 3. The Pelicans lead by 15. Here's Clutch. On the wing, Murray. Over Gobert. Here's Clutch. The General pulls it in. The General's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Clutch. Pass to Murray. Here's Magician. Here's Taylor. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Edwards. Outside McDaniels. They still need this. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Pelicans have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in this 4th quarter. Count it. Good. Clutch has got 14 points
Damian
now in the second half.
Remember that shit? Damian, they used to do some giveaways and shit with the Los Betos, and niggas never won.
Pass to Slim. A minute 53 left in the 4th. McDaniels with it. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Unable to get that one.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Clutch. Pass to Taylor. Here's Clutch. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. They can get ugly really fast if things don't work out. They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Pelicans.
Free throws were a major factor tonight.
It's nice to get a lot of shots at the line, but then you need to convert them. They did that, and it paved their way to a win.
Come on, bro.
They played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Shake and Bake.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Here's Slim. And Gobert with the stuff.
The assist, number 22.
I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
On the take. Pass to Misi. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Magician. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Number 22. First personal foul. 4th team foul.
No good on the free throw.
Number 55.
And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time. And so it's the Pelicans taking care of business in this one. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Zion, this is a team with some outstanding young players with complementary skills. How do you see yourself fitting in?
I think I fit in very well. I think I'm a very versatile player. You can throw me out there with any group, and I'm going to put up, do something to contribute. And I think we're a very unselfish team, so that plays a big part to it.
And any group would be happy to have you. Thanks, Zion.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And time now to present our player of the game.
My game?
No.
You game?
My game.
Again?
Yeah. Bro, that's behind me. Get on side me. I don't party. I don't like money, Scotty. Touch, try, Harley. I say, foot like I won't go hit Harney.